What's going on, everyone? John Mango, your boy, back again. And today I'm going to take you through, I've got it all laid out here, a full pull day workout. This is my second pull day in my new workout split and program. If you haven't seen that, check that video out first. Actually over here sipping on some pre-workout, but I've already worked out. Just got to sip on this, give me some energy to crank out some videos for you guys. And this is the first one I'm doing for the day. So sit back, relax, and get ready to not relax, because after this, I hope you're gonna go crush the gym for a pull day. That said, I'm gonna take you through this. Let's go ahead and get started, all right? And by the way, subscribe if you want more muscle gain and fat loss content coming every damn week. Let's start it off. First thing you're gonna see here is the seal row. And the seal row is based off percentages. And on this week, I was doing sets of 7, okay? So 5 by 7 at 75%. Now, in this, you'll see form is very strict, of course, always. I always try to keep my form straight. Let me talk about that real quick. All these people telling me on Instagram, like, oh, your form sucks, you know, this, that. The people that always say that my form sucks are typically people that look terrible and don't actually lift weights themselves. I definitely make sure that my form is 100% as good as I can keep it as I progress in weight, okay? Now, there's always a balance between should you sacrifice the weight for the form or sacrifice the form for the weight? And you want to be somewhere in the middle. You don't, when you're progressing over time, you could end up holding yourself back if you just focus too much on form and you're just too meticulous with that. Yes, you will hold yourself back, but you also don't want to allow yourself to break down form week to week just to get more weight up. So it's taken me years to find the balance of that, and I recommend that you just focus on good form that you can move the weight through a safe and proper range of motion. So seal row, now this was a little bit light for me, so I ended up doing an AMRAP at the end, which means as many reps as possible for I believe like 9 or 10 reps. After that, we followed up with the vertical pull. So start with a horizontal pull, next is a vertical, and this one I'm undulating reps from the other pull day. So this is actually lower reps, typically between 6 to 8 or 7 to 9, and I'm going a lot heavier here. Again, here is a great example of where you can see form versus the weight, right? So I'm going heavier on the weight for lower reps. The form is a little bit less favorable than it would be with the higher reps and lighter weight, but that's the nature of the way it goes, okay? So with that said, I crushed, I believe I was somewhere around 200 or 190 pounds on the lat pull down. It felt really good. Heavy weights, and I am bulking, of course, so definitely want to get the heavy weights in. I'm using wrist straps now, okay, just for rows and pulling movements, not for deadlifts. I want to clarify this. Straps are not meant for deadlifts, okay? How do I know? Because no powerlifting meet allows straps, usually. Straps and deadlifts are a bad combination because your deadlift is going to start skyrocketing and your grip is going to start going in the other direction. With that said, when it comes to working the back and hitting it with enough volume like you see here, wraps are good because your forearms aren't going to start getting in the way of you actually developing your back, okay? So that's why you'll see me start using these more often throughout the workouts. And this is also very heavy weight, or at least relatively heavy after doing 2 exercises. People also want to know why I use my lower back and I'm like, you know, flexing the spine and then extending it. And that's simply because I'm turning it into just an upper back exercise to an entire back exercise. So I'm actually using the spinal erectors in there. That's my personal choice. You don't have to do it that way. Next up is shrugs. Now, last time I did 335 for sets of 15 to 18 reps. This time around, again, undulating reps, which means week to week I'm using different rep ranges. This is good because you can get a variety of stimulus in different rep ranges for your muscle. And in this particular case, I'm doing shrugs at 225, but for 30 reps, 25 to 30 reps a piece. And the last 2 sets, there's 3 sets of this. The last 2 were cluster sets just because it's super high reps. You're gonna see me start to really struggle here, but these really high reps work very well for the traps I've found in the past. And again, you'll see me using the straps here because, well, you know, my grip's gonna give out way sooner than my traps are in this case. And I don't wanna do a mixed grip, right? That's kind of stupid and pointless and could lead to some irregular development in the traps that I'm trying to focus on here. So after we crank this, we do the lateral raise machine that you're gonna see here. So sometimes I do lateral cables. Now I've been swapping in this machine because I found that it feels good and it works well. After this, it's not shown, but we superset with a rear delt exercise, whether it's face pulls. In this case, it was bent over rear delt rows, not flies, but rear delt rows. Okay, so that's when you're coming with the dumbbells, the elbows flared, coming up like a row. And I think it's appropriate on a pull day because it may involve a little bit more musculature in the back, but that's okay because we are targeting the back as well. But you definitely get a good rear delt squeeze from doing that. If you keep the elbows flared, you bend over. So that's supersetted with this, just to finish off the shoulders. And of course, this machine's great because it takes out any momentum that you might find on a cable lateral or on a dumbbell lateral. And after this, we finish off with, of course, biceps, okay? And for biceps, you'll see, again, heavy weights. That's the theme of this workout, is it's more heavy, higher weight. These are 50s, and I was curling them for anywhere between 6 to 8 reps. Single arm rotation, supinating curls. After this, we go and we superset with cable curls after each set. So this destroys the bis alone, and it was really, really good. As you see, I'm still maintaining my leanness. I've really been dialing in my nutrition lately. I'll be bringing a vlog about that soon. But after this, just 3 sets, then we hit the usual cardio. And, you know, just want to make sure that it's heavy weight on this. Again, the form does tend to break down just slightly, but it's not too much to worry about so long as you don't make a habit of doing so, and so long as the form doesn't continually get worse in order to lift more weight. Okay, so naturally speaking, you will have a little bit less strict form when you're doing heavier weight on an exercise. This is the nature of it, okay? Like right now, if I can lift 200 pounds on the bench, let's just say, obviously I can lift more than that. If I can lift 200 pounds on the bench and I do sets of 180, which is very close to my max, and sets of 150, which isn't as close, my form's gonna be better on the 150. Right? That's just the nature of it, even though I'm just as strong in both. Okay, so the point there is that just don't let your form break down too much. There's gonna be a slight variance when you're doing heavier weight. That's okay. Just don't let it get to a point where it starts interfering and potentially increasing your risk of injury. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And that is it for the pull workout, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe, like I mentioned, because I'm dropping these workouts. I'm gonna be dropping the rest of the workouts that I'm doing for my specific workout routine. And I'm just gonna keep sipping on this pre right now because I gotta edit this one for you. If you want any other stuff you wanna see on the channel, then drop them in the comments below. I'll be sure to respond, and I'll be sure to bring that stuff for you. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you in the next one, all right? Let's make some damn gains. I'm out.